Moving ahead about the objectives. The objectives of this session is an introduction to YouTube Studio. Okay. This is again when we upload videos, YouTube Studio plays an important part there. So we also need to know what is YouTube Studio and how does it help us. Now, we will also be exploring steps for uploading to publishing videos on YouTube, right? And how to monitor the channel. That is also something that we will be exploring. Besides this, if there is anything else that you hope to learn, or the members who were in yesterday's session and had some queries, you can put that in the chat box, and I will read that question out and try and answer that within this session itself. Now, moving over, first come first. Have you created the video for a YouTube channel? Okay. Because without a video, a YouTube channel is there. Those who have a Gmail account or those who have a Google account, your YouTube channel is already there. If a video is there, then you can upload it. That's why I asked this question. But nevertheless, even if it is not there, you have all the time to create one and upload it. How to create a great video, I had shared that in yesterday's session. Moving ahead is, just a few interesting facts about videos, okay, and about videos and that too on YouTube. First things first, of course, we all know Google, the software giant Google. It owns YouTube, okay. And it is the most popular video platform. This was also there are approximately more than 31 million YouTube channels. Okay. So why should we miss out? We should also create something and get our channel going there. Now, moving ahead, of course, this is the second largest search engine and the largest visual search engine. Because it is all about visuals, videos are all about visuals there. Moving ahead, the YouTube has localized versions. Last that I know of, there were 98 of them and being added at a regular interval. When we say local versions, like for example, in India, when we search for YouTube, at the top, when we go into the demo, I will also, point that place out to you also, is that it is YouTube IN. IN stands for India. So similarly, like that, there are at least 98 versions, as for a specific regions as such. And every, they very frequently they are adding more, local versions there. Now, here is, these are mind-boggling statistics, 72 hours of a newly uploaded video every minute. Okay. So just imagine the volume of videos that is uploaded there. Okay. Not to be perturbed by that, but then again, why are we not there? That is the question. So we also upload. And in a 24-hour period, that's more than a decade of new footage. It would take us 10 years to watch all that. Okay. So we got to be now, in this context, we got to be very good so that our videos feature or rather come up in searches and they're complete. Okay. So that people look at them, the viewers look at them. Now, about the channel, okay. First things first, anyone who has a Google account has that channel. Okay. When I go into the demo, I will show you this. The first thing is that it is the primary channel. It is free with a Google account. Okay. If we have a Google account, our channel is already in existence. Secondly, we can add channels. Okay. Just like in Facebook, we can add pages. In Google also, we can add channels. So within the primary. Okay, the primary can be one, and within a primary, we can add multiple channels. Like Koraji is more into, I mean, she was in garments. She still has a flair for that. She's a painter. She wants to do something in painting. So we can, just keep on adding. Okay, keep on adding the channels there for a separate every topic, that every idea that we have, we create separate channels. Okay? And that makes it more professional rather than just one channel and uploading everything onto that. Then one of the good things about YouTube is that there is a Creator Academy. Okay? And this Creator Academy helps in the spread of knowledge about creating videos for YouTube, as well as, if there are a certain, what we call it, certain information that we need, Creator Academy is the place. And plus, if we need to be more educated, we can connect with the Creator Academy. Yes, Rituji, you have raised your hand. Anything I can help you
Yes,
with?
sir. I just wanted to ask you, how many channels can you put? Is there any fixed amount of channels
No,
or?
there is no numbers there, last that I know of. Rest, I will put that in the notes also about
Thank
the
you.
number of channels. Besides that, now, yesterday I had spoken about account verification. Okay. By default, there is a certain amount of, they say that by default you can upload the videos up to this much, up to this duration. But for after an account is verified, we get, there are additional benefits for that. So the process of account verification is, number one, it is verified by phone number. I mean, especially in India, it is a verification by phone number. Okay. And on the phone number, Google sends a code, or we can request a voice call. Okay. So once this code is received and we punch it into the, for verification, it is verified immediately. Same goes with the voice call. Now, after the verification of the account, what happens is that, I mean, one of the key things to note here is that if we have multiple accounts, okay, on one phone number, only 2 accounts can be verified. Okay. So we need to be a little bit careful about that. Okay. Okay. I would do that, Anjana. If not, if time doesn't permit, I will put that in the notes also. Okay. Now, this was about the process, and the advantages that we get, or the benefits of that, is that we can upload videos which are longer than 15 minutes. Okay. So any kind of a video which is more than 15 minutes, we need to get the first thing is, if we are creating videos which are longer than 15 minutes, the account needs to be verified. Okay. Secondly, we can add custom thumbnails. Thumbnails is again something that I will be discussing as in the, as we move along. Besides that, we get an option for live streaming. Okay. Now there are conditions for live streaming. There are certain criterion for live streaming. But if we meet that criterion, then we can live stream from after verification. Before verification, we cannot live stream. Okay. And at the same time, if there is any kind of a dispute or any kind of copyright issues, we can appeal for that. From the appeal is admitted only from verified accounts there. Okay. So it is always, I mean, especially if you are into if you are any kind of a professional, it is best to get the account verified. And it's no just a phone call, or the Google, Google wishes to keep the platform very safe, and they have a very strict code of conduct also. So because of that, they want more transparency, more clarity. That's why this account verification step is there when we wish to upload videos. Okay. Now, moving over, is some of the essentials. Okay, some of the essentials that go in which we should understand. Okay. Now, these are terms which we hear every day when creating videos, and especially, not creating, but going on to uploading them on the channel. Okay. So it's a kind of a checklist. When yesterday, when I discussed the content, I had given a tip that whatever the content is, please make some notes about that so that we don't miss out on anything. Okay. So here in the following slides, I will be explaining the what is required and also its importance. First comes, of course, hashtags, very essential. These are descriptive keywords which help viewers to find the content. We all know hashtags. They club the content as per the topic. So, besides the regular subscribers that are there, anyone searching with keywords, with those keywords, there is every possibility that our video may, feature if the hashtags or words are clearly used. Another element that we see on videos is timestamp. Okay. Timestamp, especially if we have longer videos. Okay. Because what it does is it breaks up the videos into sections to provide a preview. Maybe the content of the video. The viewer wants to see just a section of that. Okay. Whereas instead of doing a fast forward kind of a thing, the timestamp is there. They scroll over onto the bar, and where they want to see, they just see that. Okay. So a timestamp is pretty essential, especially in longer duration videos. There, the end screens. Okay. Yesterday, when we spoke about creating a video, we also said that we should move towards the. If we create, it is good. It is best if we create a series. Okay, a series of videos. Say something just like the OTT platform. So in that, whichever is the next video that is going to come up, what we do is we include a snippet or maybe a screen which which tells the viewers as to what they can expect next. Besides that, info cards. Okay, info cards is again a great way to make the videos more interactive. Okay, with adding either playlists, channels, or links. Okay. This was again one of the points that we discussed yesterday about videos, how to make them interactive. So we make them interactive. Interactive, info cards is also a way by which we can include interaction in our videos there. Then, besides that, of course, the first, rather, this also is a very important element, thumbnail. And a thumbnail, make this clickable. We make this thumbnail clickable. The importance of a thumbnail, when we go over into the demo, I will also show you the importance. Okay. Yes, Agam, there is an option of monetizing, but then there are certain conditions there. I have that content on one of my screens, and I will very briefly touch upon that. Uh, a thumbnail is, I will also show this to you when we go into the channel. And besides that, what we do, it is when anyone does a search, on YouTube, you get multiple video options, of that same content. The option or the screenshot that appears, okay, the small screenshot that appears, that is a thumbnail. Needs to be very attractive and clickable. Okay. Besides attractive, it needs to have the what we call it, the details, the of the content, very listed there, very brief, in a very good way, which so that when any viewer sees that, they click on it and go on to into viewing the video. Besides that, the banner. This banner is for the channel, okay? And all these thumbnails, banners, they can be made in Canva. Okay, a Canva in the social media section. They have all the dimensions and all of YouTube. So just select the YouTube option and start creating, these thumbnails or banners. Now, a banner, literally, it is just like, when we receive an email or when, the email header, as we call it. Similarly, the banner is the header of the channel. But on that is, of course, listed what is the name of the channel, and the name of the channel in a way should reflect on the content of the channel also. Okay. In the sense that if we are looking at, say, if I am more into into photography, then whatever the name of the channel is, something to do with photography should be there. Okay, so that a viewer, when he sees that banner, or he or she, when they see the banner, if it pertains to photography, they know that this is for photography. If we are more into specifics like smartphone photography or DSLR photography, go into that, mention it somewhere there in the banner, okay, so that the viewer knows, and then they what we call it as a deep dive into the channel itself. Titles. Title is something. This is the name of the YouTube video, and it is mandatory. We cannot upload a video. I repeat again, we cannot upload a video without a title. Okay. So it is a mandatory. Think of a good, appropriate title. Okay. Besides that, description, very important. Okay. Description is directly related to, when we read about about promotions, or when we read about social media, there is a term that we come across, which is called as search engine optimization, SEO. In short form, you would read it as SEO. The description is what we write about the video itself, okay, or about the channel when we start the channel. Now, the description in its own self is something which the search engine, which it picks up for rankings, okay, as to how the channel is being ranked. So the description needs to be good, and keywords, essential keywords which pertain to the to the topic of the channel or of the video, need to be included in that. Besides that, now these were some of the elements there. One of the things that when uploading a video, we can do it straight from two locations, from the channel itself, as well as from the YouTube studio. The thing is, YouTube studio is, for going into a little bit more details about that, YouTube studio is different from YouTube. The major difference being that YouTube is for viewing. When we do our search on YouTube, that is YouTube. Okay. YouTube Studio is for managing the channel. Okay. The channel which we have created. On which, the created is by default, on which we have uploaded videos there. Okay. So these are two different elements. The about YouTube Studio, let me share further. In when we are working from a computer, a desktop or a laptop, the YouTube Studio, the link for that is very much there within the YouTube channel. Right? But if we are doing the same thing, if we are using only our smartphones to do to do everything on YouTube, then we need to download the YouTube Studio application. Okay, because it doesn't come in. Then within the YouTube application, the Studio section is not there. Okay. Through this, through YouTube Studio, what we do is we manage our presence, because everything managing the channel is through the YouTube Studio. Uploading, is again from the channel from YouTube, as well as through the YouTube Studio. We grow the channel because all statistics come here. Okay. Interact with audience, because any kind of comments that come up, we can read them within the Studio application itself. Yes, Geeta ji, you raised your hand.
Sir, I wanted to understand, what do you mean by managing the channel? How do you manage the channel?
Yes, once you upload, your video, after that, if there are any kind of corrections that you want to do, or how many people have viewed it, what is the content, what has been the reach, all those they're like the insights of a business page. Facebook business page, or the Instagram business page. You get insights here. That's how you manage. From there you manage. Now comments, you will see the comments there. You can respond to those comments, or those kind of things you can do from here. That's how. That's where the management. You want to delete that video. You want to hide that video. Those kind of things. That's how you manage that from there.
But when you're uploading the video, we have to use YouTube Studio? No.
You can do that from the studio, and you can do it otherwise also.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So besides this, the key element of that is we can keep track for monetization, okay, and payments that are due. All this is through the YouTube Studio. Now, just navigating through the YouTube Studio, what all are the elements that are present there in the studio. Okay.
Can you just share the previous screen for a moment, Raju sir?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't worry, Cora, I'll send you all this in the notes.
Okay.
You logged in through you logged in through your account, no?
Yep.
Yeah, you'll get all this in your notes there. Don't worry.
Okay. No, I normally take screenshots, that's why.
Okay. No. You'll get all this in your notes there. So besides that, what we will be just, I will be taking all this through the demo also, but just to let you know beforehand, this is when we navigate the YouTube Studio, what all do we come across? Okay. Now, managing your channel, all the fields that are there through which we can manage the channel. Right? Dashboard, a very important place where we see the overview of any new activity that is there. Okay. And besides that, what's new that is happening. We will go over, I'm just listing out the places here. Content, overview of videos, whatever content we have posted, an overview of videos and live streams. We can see that there. Playlists, we can create and manage playlists too. Okay, or the playlists that we have created, we can see their overview also. Besides that, analytics, very, very important, because in the previous session, I did share some of the metrics that, viewership drops off after such and such time. Now, how do we get to know about that? That is something which the analytics section, that section shows us. And for each and every video, it is, the analytics are there. Besides that, what we check upon is, any kind of comments that are there. Now, in the settings, there are various ways by which we can regulate comments. Okay. Number one, the first and foremost, of course, is just any comment that comes up gets posted. Second is we moderate the comments. Third is comments with the XYZ words. They will not be posted, and so on and so forth. There are various ways by which we can moderate the comments, and all the comments will come up in the YouTube Studio also. Besides that, there are certain channels we have to be that old. Old is not the right word. We have to have certain criterion. For example, a certain number of subscribers or certain numbers of hours of viewing. If somebody mentions us, we find the details of that also in the what we call it, YouTube Studio reports. Besides that, if we see, there are videos where there are subtitles. Right? So if we want to add subtitles, multilingual. Okay. Anjana, this could be of use to you. Your yesterday's query that if you want to make as per international this thing, and somewhat this section could help you in that. Just explore this. I will also be adding links on this particular thing. Thank you. Or if there is any kind of crowdsourcing that we do, we can also use this section. Besides that, monetization. Any kind of monetization. I mean, if our channel has reached that stage of monetization, then all the metrics which apply towards monetization are visible in the YouTube Studio. Something where when we see videos of some of them promote themselves that I made so many thousands from YouTube, and they share those kind of graphs and all or screenshots. Those are all from the YouTube Studio there. Now, from here and after that, besides that, what we can do is we can customize, the channel layout, the branding, the basic information. All this we can do from the YouTube Studio itself. Now, besides that, YouTube also has an audio library. One of the, it is the biggest challenge as far as using any kind of music is concerned. on YouTube, because copyright issues, any music that is created generally is copyright. Okay. By and large, any of the singers, they copyright the music, which means that no one else can use it. And let me share with you, YouTube has a very strong software to capture that. I have read across blogs, across from users, that if you use a music for less than 30 seconds or so, then that software does not get there. But please, not to try all that. Not to try all that. There is enough free of copyright music available over the internet. Number one. Number two, the YouTube Studio also has an audio library. Okay. So we can use that music. That music is free. There is no kind of a copyright issue. And once again, I repeat, using music, please be very, very careful, especially any music that is being used, that has been either a soundtrack from a singer's album or from a movie. Please be very, very careful of that, because the objections come in very fast. So now another element that I just wish to cover, although not very much in the scope of this session, but about monetization. Okay. There was a question regarding that also. One of the first things, the first element that is there is that we need 1,000 subscribers. Right? We need 1,000 subscribers for the channel. Number one. Number two, okay, we are looking at 4,000 public watch hours from the last 12 months. Cumulative. It is not that one video should be watched 4,000 hours or so. Cumulative for the last 12 months. These two are the basic requirements. Right? And once we meet these requirements, then we sign up with what is known as the YouTube Partner Program. I will also put a link of this, YouTube Partner Program in the notes of my section of this session. Not to worry about that. You can go over it in detail about that. Besides that, now these are, these two are the performance of, the major points. Besides that, YouTube has a very strong community guidelines, terms of service, and copyright issues. None of them should be, the channel should not have been, should not have violated any of these, any of these 2 or 3 sections. Besides that, we need to have, a Google AdSense program. There is a program there. They have certain policies. And we need to have a bank account which is linked to the Google AdSense, AdSense, because the monies, they get transferred into that. And besides that, this is in general for someone who is just promoting their products or, their. But besides that, if within the videos, if we have any kind of advertisements, then the advertisements need to be, advertiser friendly. There are content guidelines for this. I will try and put the maximum number of links that I can get from Google on all these issues. You can have a look at that. And it's the thing about monetization is that it differs from region to region. Not all regions, we can monetize the channel there. Yes, Tejenderji, you raised your hand.
Yes. When if there are any ads or any advertisers on your own YouTube, do they pay you for that, or do you pay them for giving them a spot?
See, one of the things like we see on YouTube, it's blanket. Google will play their ads, okay, until and unless we go in for those paid subscriptions. If we are into monetizing, okay, if we are into monetizing, then there is a revenue split. The ad which is displayed there, and then there is a revenue split. A certain section of that goes to Google, and a certain section of that, a certain portion of that comes to the individual on whose channel that ad is being played there. It's a split there.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. So here I will stop sharing, and I will go over into one of the channels. I mean, I'll go over into two channels basically. We will do a little bit of a deep dive, and from there we will go into locating the channel, as well as how do we go about the rest of the things. Okay. Let me see. Yeah. Where is share screen? Go into this share. Yeah. Now you are on to what you can see is the YouTube page, or rather the YouTube app of my account. One of the things in YouTube, of course, I'm not going into too much details. On the left-hand side, where you see YouTube, and the logo is there. By the side of that, you see IN. Now, this is a local channel for India. So similarly, there are, just like IN, there are 98 more. Maybe they might have gone up by this time. Okay. Now, on the left-hand side is the, before the YouTube logo is the navigation bar. Okay. And we see all the good things that are there. Okay. The first things first, if we need to, kind of upload a video, if we need to upload a video, the straight from this location itself, where YouTube IN is, then the search option is there, and then the voice command is there, and then this projector kind of a thing is there. Okay, this projector. We click on this projector, and we get both these options: upload video or go live. Now, watch here. When we upload a video, okay, till now you are seeing this URL, okay, at the top as youtube.com. You're seeing this URL as youtube.com. But as soon as I click on the video, okay, it takes me to, if you check on the URL, it is studio.youtube.com. Okay, so we are into the YouTube studio. This advantage is there in a computer. Okay. If we are using the smaller device.
So can you just, sir, please, can you just repeat this?
Okay.
Uploading part.
Okay, just a second. Okay, now this is the home screen. Okay, and if we see at the top, okay, on the left-hand side, extreme left-hand side of my screen, you'll see this 3 bars or the navigation menu. Then you'll see YouTube, IN, that thing. You see the search bar. Going over, you see the voice search option, and then this projector, okay, with the plus sign. One of the things in a plus sign on mostly Google applications means create or something new. So when we click on this, okay, it gives us the options: upload video or go live. But now, from here, till here, if you see, we are on YouTube. If you see the URL, it is still youtube.com. But as soon as I click the upload video section, it takes me into, if you see the URL here, it is studio.youtube.com. So that application on a computer, it is still here. Now, once we are onto this place, we just select files, and once we go into select files, it takes us into into the what we call it, into our into the system, and from there we select the location, and from those locations, starting with those locations, we try and upload the video. Okay, so just let me see. I should be having some video somewhere.
Can you do this on the iPhone?
On an iPhone, Mary, you would have to download the YouTube Studio application.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
welcome. Okay, so I go into go into users, and 91773 downloads, and let me see, I should be having a short video somewhere. That's assessment.
On the phone, it shows that you can upload the YouTube studio separately.
Yes.
Because
Sorry about that. Correct.
on the phone, when you come to the YouTube and you click, it shows that you can, if you go to YouTube Studio, they ask you to install it.
Yes. You need, that application is separate. You have to download that application.
So on the phone, it's separate, but on the laptop, it is not separate.
No, on the laptop, no. On the laptop, it's one.
Okay, it's one. But on the phone, if you want to do it, you have to download that separately then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will just open up a file. Okay. Now, this file, this is, I just uploaded the file there. Okay. I selected the file. After selecting the file, we have 3 stages to cross. But, details, video elements, checks, and visibility. There is no harm in trying any of these stages till such time you come to visibility. Okay. Because once we come on to visibility, then it gets on to being what we call it. It gets on to being placed on the channel itself. Okay. Okay. So just let me see. Just give me a moment. I will just check for the video. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, I just saw something there, and I am down. Okay. Now this is a video which I have uploaded. Okay. Wherever the fields are mandatory, it will say title, it will say required. Okay. And when it says required, that means it's the title. So what we do here, this is all changing. We change this. Okay. And the title needs to be added here. We have the space of 100 characters, including spaces, which we can, add. So I just add a title there. I just say random. Okay. And after that is the description. This again, there is a question mark, which means that this is a mandatory. I'll just say, I will just write down there that video of a the XPM. You know, whatever we need to write, we write here, and in this description itself, we what we call it, we use hashtags also. Okay. We write down the hashtags in this description. Okay, and this has the amount of what we can use here is 5,000 characters, including spaces. Okay. That is the amount that we can use here. Okay. Now, while the video, see, I will be talking about two sections simultaneously. While the video was being uploaded, you know, it has gone through certain checks here. So you find details and then, you know, checks. Now, this here comes the thumbnail. Okay. Within the thumbnail, if we have created one and got our channel verified, we can upload a thumbnail. Okay. If not, okay. If not, what happens is that amongst the pictures that are there, you know, from the video, the images that are there, it will select 3 appropriate random images and make them the thumbnail. Okay. In a professional video, we should use a professional thumbnail because, you know, we might be talking in that video and giving some kind of an expression. Okay, so what happens there is that the video might capture you know, what we call it, one of the screenshots, which is not good. Now, for example, here, okay, this is not a good thumbnail. Appropriately, it should have been a good thumbnail. Okay.
How does one create a thumbnail?
For a Canva.
Canva.
All solutions in Canva. Don't worry about that. Okay. Besides that, you know, playlists, if there are, you know, other content, you know, we can add that here also. Okay. We just do a drop here and, you know, from any of, I mean, this is my channel. I have various other playlists also here. So I could choose them. Now, audience. One of the audience is specifically divided into 2, whether it is made for kids or whether it is made for adults. Okay. If it is made for kids, it will be promoted only on YouTube Kids channel. Okay, it will not come onto the main channel. Okay, and you know, we have to select that. If it is made for kids, it will only go there. Okay, and there is some kind of a guidelines that we have to verify, we have to adhere to. Okay. I say it's not made for kids. Okay. If there are any kind of age restrictions, okay, any kind of a product which is not suitable for this and this or anything of that sort, we can, you know, go get that done. Okay. Now, besides this, okay, if there are any paid promotions, tags, subtitles, we can just click on here and, you know, if Geeta ji gets those 50,000 followers, which I hope she gets that soon, and she gets any paid promotions, so she will have to check on this, okay, that there is a, you know, buy this, okay. If there are, you know, any kind of tags that you want to add, you know, you can use that also here, okay. Not very, it's not very, this thing, and not very great that you need to use that. If there are any kind of languages, you know, video language that is there, and if you need any CCs, okay, we can select from here. The drop downs are there. Okay. Recording and date, no licenses, nothing of that sort. Don't want to go into any of these. Okay. Now comments. Okay, it says comments and rating. allow all comments or hold potentially inappropriate comments. We can also increase, we can also disable. Okay. So any of these, when we go into the more options, we get these options there. Okay. Once done, okay, a link to the video is already available here. We can just check it at the same time, send it to anyone else also. With the link, they will be able to check that. We click on next, okay, and when I click on next, it says video elements. Here is add end cards. We can add end cards. We can add cards here. Okay. If there is any kind of a video we need to import from, we can do that from here. Okay. Not required, then go into next. Okay. When we do, it will give us the idea.
So for me,
Yes.
the add end card is not clickable.
Not clickable.
No,
Don't worry.
only the card is clickable.
Okay, don't worry. I will let you know when I send that link. If because that has all the FAQs. If it's not clickable, what you need to do to make it clickable, you will get to know in that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. They didn't find any copyright issues here. Okay. That's what they have confirmed here. Okay. Now, one of the things now after this, okay, we go into next. Okay. When we go into next, we get these options. Okay. One is save or publish. I mean, whether we want it private. Okay. Private means it's only for us. Okay. And when it is in private, we have to share this video link. Okay. Then only will this video be visible. Okay. As unlisted, if we go into public, then anyone can watch this video. Then it is published there. Okay. Besides that, we can schedule it for being published on a particular date itself. Okay. And now, what I would want to do, I wouldn't want to publish it. I just say I keep it private. Okay. And when I go into private, I can share privately. So if there is any video with which you've uploaded, but you want anyone's help or anyone's opinion on that, just keep it as private and share privately. And when I click on share privately, I get the option of inviting people there. Okay. And I can invite them, if I just type here, okay, invitees, I go into, I can invite them from here. Okay. So, and if it is unlisted, if I go into the unlisted mode, I need to copy this link and send it across. The difference between unlisted and private and public is when anyone views the video on unlisted, Google cannot track that. But when you do it on share, okay, when you share it with public, when you share, okay, and you share it in private, then at least that individual has an email ID. It will capture that email ID. And public, of course, it does capture that. Okay. So I want to temporarily keep it as private. Okay. And I just hit the save button. Okay. Once I hit the save button, the video appears here. This is all YouTube Studio, mind it. Everything is YouTube Studio. Okay. The video appears here. Okay. And it gives me the date also. These are all the options that are there. If I click on this, I get into the details. Back to editing. Anything that I wish to do, I can, check on that. Okay. I go back using this option. If there are, till now, there has been no views, no comments. If I click on analytics, I will see here views, how many people viewed, watch time, what were the subscribers, and all those kind of things will come up here. All the, all the things that I told you in that I shared from the screen, you will find all of that here in the YouTube studio. All this. Okay, if I come up here, content, you see here, content, dashboard. If I click on dashboard, now this is my dashboard here. As to you can see from this dashboard also you can upload videos. This is the second place. Okay. And now this is again something which is new that has come up. How many subscribers are there, and so on, so forth. I will very quickly, okay, there's just a minute to go. I'll take 2 or 3 more minutes and get you to a channel.
Sir, what you uploaded on Bajpai has gone into YouTube?
No, it is there. I have not. I have still kept it as private.
Okay.
If I make it as public, then only will it go into the channel there.
Oh, okay, okay.
I noticed another thing when you were saying private and send to email, it wasn't giving you a link to pick up email ID. So do you have to physically paste that then?
Yeah, we have to fill it in. We have to fill that email in.
Yeah, because it doesn't give you an option to pick from your
No, not from the contacts.
your content or wherever. Yep.
No. Just give me a moment. I need to.
So if we add the email ID of whoever that we wish to share, will they get the notification?
He will get the notification.
So you will be getting a notification.
No, that individual will get a notification.
Yeah, you are the individual.
Yes. Okay. Okay. This is another channel. Okay. And in no way am I promoting this channel. This is my wife's channel. She started that and then quit. Okay. The only thing that I wanted to show you is the what you call it is the matrix here. Okay. We uploaded the video from here. We uploaded a video from here from the cross section. When we need to go into the YouTube studio, especially on the computer, click on this navigation bar, go right down. Okay, go right down, and from here we go into settings. Okay, within the settings, okay, we get all the things. This is the main channel. This is the main channel, and from here we can add or manage channels or add pages as we call them. Now, clicking on to the main channel. Okay. Now, this is what is the header, where you find all these strawberries and carrots, and I don't know what that is. I am the last person who knows anything about this. So this is kitchen experiences. Okay. On this home page itself, you will find whatever things that she had uploaded there. Okay. And within this, okay, when I go into videos, okay, we get all the videos that she had uploaded. And from when we click on any of these videos, okay, when we click on any of these videos, say supposing if I click on this, okay, it will take me to that video and okay. Okay, so it gives us this entire video and all those kind of things there. The basic thing is that within this, okay, within this, if I wish to go back, okay, and from here I go into those channels, okay, and from these channels, I can manage the videos also, whichever one I want to stay. Now this brings me to studioyoutube.com. Okay. And from here, as we see, this is the dashboard. Last, channel analytics, views, like, 156 up, watch time 5.2 hours, last 48 hours, whatever it was. When I go into channel analytics, okay, this is the entire analytics that it provides. And we can check from here as to how the videos have performed of the channel as well as for each one of them. And within this, the studio. Now this is the dashboard, as I showed you. This is the content. Content means all the videos that were uploaded. This is any kind of, I don't think she created any playlists. This is the analytics. Okay. 156 views in the last 28 days. Okay. 130 subscribers, whatever it is, see live count, we can see that. And there are dates here. We can do a drop down, and from whenever we had uploaded, we can check from those dates also. Okay. And this is, of course, the graph, and day-wise it will give us. Okay. Day-wise it will give us the reach, okay, and the engagement. This is what we were talking about. Okay. What is the engagement like? Okay. And we get all these kind of things there. Top videos by end screen, top videos, and these kind of things. We get all the things there. In audience, returning viewers, new viewers, all these applications, all these analytics we get here. Right? So this is, again, it would depend from individual to individual, from product to product, and plus the kind of videos that we have made and the elements of the video. I mean, it doesn't come up for, or if there is no end screen, that that data will not be there. So these are some of the things that that are useful for when we go into uploading professional videos on our YouTube channel.